storm coming in for the next, well, weekend or so, and we'll get into details on that in just a moment. But first, you guys, fog. When's the last time we talked about fog?
Yeah.
We got issues.
It's been a while.
So, yeah, if you're thinking to yourself, what is that strange kind of, well, bluish color around Farmington? That is a freezing fog advisory for tonight. So you have to watch out. Probably one of the most dangerous things we get in New Mexico, because as we get the temperatures which drop below freezing, and as that fog sits on the ground, that moisture sits there and then freezes very easily and forms black ice. So it can be really dangerous around the Northwest Plateau and northern McKinley County. So watch out in these areas. As we get across east central areas down in toward Roswell, we have a dense fog advisory here. So the freezing fog, not a concern here, but just overall thickness of the fog as you head throughout the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. So be ready for those two issues. Now, we do have that storm system that Jessica mentioned with the video from El Paso now touching off a couple showers across southern New Mexico. Not a huge deal, but in through the day tomorrow as well. We could get a few sprinkles here and there, but more than anything else, it's fog that's the big issue with this, and the storm itself really won't be a massive factor as far as bringing a lot of rain into the area, but a bigger storm over the weekend will. 44 degrees in the metro area, winds out of the north at 8 miles an hour across the northern half of the state. Temperatures for the most part in the 20s and 30s, some 40s out to the east and then down to the south. Temperatures for the most part in the 50s right now. Looking at the satellite and radar, what we've got is our little weather disturbance here weakening as it slides its way across. So during the day tomorrow, we're not going to see a great deal of shower activity, but a little bit will be a possibility, and most of the cloud cover will be centered across southeastern New Mexico. So during the overnight hours, look for the southern third of the state to have a shot at showers, and then during the day tomorrow, again, fog across the southeast early and up across the northwest. And then during the day tomorrow, we could still see a sprinkle across the southeast, but it's not something I'd worry about. Drier air is going to punch in for the rest of us. And then Thursday actually looks like a pretty nice day. High pressure builds in, a lot of sunshine on the way. Even early Friday is going to be okay, but we're going to shift into a southwesterly flow ahead of this next storm, creating windy conditions across the area. And then we get ready for that weekend storm. So let's talk about that and where we are with this. First of all, let's start with what we know about this storm. Number one, the track does look pretty good. Most models bring this thing squarely through the state, so that is promising. Storm number two, as it drops down from the north, it's going to have some cold air with it and a good-looking Pacific cold front as it comes on through. And number three, this storm is likely to be pretty powerful here. In fact, most models show it intensifying as it's over the state here. So if it does, it could well deliver a nice snow punch across the east slopes of the northern mountains and maybe the west slopes as well, with some showers in valley sections. So what don't we know about this particular storm, and still what remains up in the air? Number one, how much moisture is this thing going to draw? Right now we have differing opinions on the models with that. Number two, where over the state is this storm going to strengthen? If it strengthens, say, early on over western portions of the state, that could get more of us into the mix for a good round of showers. If it strengthens, say, a little farther to the east, that could lead to wraparound moisture that really helps the northern mountains, but doesn't necessarily help the state as a whole. So that's two of the things we need to iron out. And finally with this, how long is it going to take this storm to get across the state? The longer it hangs here, the deeper it is, the slower it moves, the more moisture that it tends to drop across the area. So those are the three things we'll iron out for you. We'll have details over the next day or so, give you plenty of notice on this. 50s for the most part across the area here, with increasing sunshine across the northwest with temperatures in the 50s as well. Saturday, best shot for showers. Meanwhile, across the southwest, partly cloudy skies here for tomorrow, and temperatures mainly in the 50s and 60s. We'll watch Saturday for more showers there. Again, watch that dense fog across the southeast with still plenty of clouds hanging around as well, even in the afternoon. 59 in Roy, Springer at 59 and 58 in Las Vegas. Northern mountains looking for the possibility of a good-looking snowstorm over the weekend if things materialize. Until then, we'll see some sunshine. Same deal across the east mountains as well. That slight shower chance rather overnight, not going to be a big deal. And we're going to be looking at some sunshine tomorrow. And here in the metro, plenty of sun as well, with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Extended forecast. We are looking over the weekend for more clouds and that shot at showers. If you want to talk more on Twitter or share some pictures, we'll do that at KRQE Mark.
All right, good stuff, Mark.